Continue with stories around coalitions. You'd remember yesterday, COPE's Colleen Makhubele became the new sheriff in town here in Joburg. She was elected the speaker yesterday during a joint council sitting. Makhubele beat the DA's Alex Christians with majority votes. The new speaker takes over from Vasco da Gama, who was booted out this month. Now, what does this mean for the future of the city of Johannesburg and its multi-party government? Well, we have with us the new speaker of Johannesburg, Colleen Makhubele. She joins us now virtually. First of all, Makhubele, I just want to obviously congratulate you on yesterday, a 12-vote margin between yourself and Mr. Christians. How do you feel?
Thank you so much, Masoko. I'm truly humbled, and I'm grateful to the councillors that showed me that they have confidence in me and they want me to lead them as the Speaker of Council. So I'm grateful, and I'm truly, truly humbled to be given this opportunity. But I just want to add one thing to that, what you've just said around the margin. You know, it was sad for me at the same time to see that when we call for a secret ballot, it's actually an opportunity to give councillors to vote without intimidation, without fear. But to see the Multi-Party Coalition give DA and Freedom Front, Action SA, different color pens so that they can monitor how many votes did the green color vote, and then is it the same number as our councillors? It takes away, it's unlawful. It's really a sad day in our democratic history as South Africa, to see that being taken away from the councillors, that even when it's a secret vote, they're still under fear, and somebody's watching from up there. There's a master watching them how they vote. It's not acceptable. I'm disappointed that the IEC did not address that and make everybody vote in a black pen, so that people should vote with their conscience and according to the oath of office that they have signed. But nonetheless, we thank God for the victory, and we are happy that the dominance has been broken in the city of Joburg.
And now, you know, that letter that was sent to the coalition task team by the DA's, chair for Federal Council, Helen Ziller, over the weekend, I guess that letter also exacerbated the issue, didn't it? Because a lot of those members within the multi-party coalition felt as though the DA was being arrogant from up above, even beyond just the city of Joburg.
You know, it's so correct, because let me give you an example. If you've got somebody called Mr. Corne Mulder from Freedom Front with maybe 2 or 3 seats in council, who sits as the chairperson of this coalition somewhere with his friends and party mates, make decisions around Johannesburg, who must be speaker, who must be MMC, who must be mayor, who must be the city manager, which programs we must be implementing. What then is the role of councillors in council? Is this coalition agreements and arrangements supposed to replace the role of councillors? Because I've made it repeatedly clear that we are voted in as councillors, as leaders, that people believe we are capable of making decisions, or are capable of advancing programs within the city and appointing even people that will lead the city and make sure that we've got service delivery. You take that away and you replace it by some committee that sits somewhere and call itself a tax team or technical team in a boardroom with people that are far removed from the city of Joburg and the issues of the city of Joburg. That has to be illegal, unlawful, and unconstitutional. A coalition is not supposed to be a centralized command and control center and with a fear of punishment. You know, in the days of mining, when our people were used to be treated like slaves, like Fanaka law, you give instruction, you don't comply, you get punishment. Instruction in Fanaka law, you don't comply, you get punishment. That's exactly what these councillors are being treated like. And it's sad to see intelligent people, smart people, independent thinkers, becoming voters that are fearful with a colored pen, yellow pen, I'm voting this, red pen, I'm voting that, because somebody's going to take me through a lie detector if these votes don't tally up. Very, very sad.
Now, when it comes to the actual multi-party coalition, obviously the relationship is quite strained. What does this mean then for the future? Because now we're seeing parties such as COPE, which are part of the multi-party government, going with the opposition.
Look, the multi-party club must find themselves. They need to sit down and reflect on why parties are breaking away from this structure. Because we are not voted in to be DA's branches. A coalition is supposed to be a partnership. You know, let me give an example of a marriage. If you are going to marry me knowing that I only have matric and you are a doctor or you've got a degree, don't abuse me in a marriage because you've got a PhD. I must only eat maybe pap and soup. You are eating the meat and the sushis because you have the PhD. I must sleep on the mat outside. You sleep on the king's bed because you have the PhD. We together make the marriage. And this is why the DA needs to clearly understand that in a coalition where you did not win elections, you need each and every party to have a voice, to have a say, and together you make a government. But if you are going to exercise dominance, bullying, abuse, command, control, this is what is collapsing that coalition. You would have heard even the Action SA, they didn't even want the DA speaker. They were all over the media saying they're going to put in a minority, they want to power sharing, etc., etc. Last minute, instruction comes, DA insists on their own thing. What happened? They ended up voting with the DA because of the backbone that they don't have as a party to stand for what they believe in. We who know we are independent parties, we are not coalition desperate. We know what our voters want. We know what we need to deliver to them. We are willing to partner with anybody that is going to enable us as a party to achieve those objectives and enable us to exercise our constitutional democracy when we make decisions and in favor of the residents.
Yeah. All right. So now when it comes to, the next council meeting, we've always heard threats around the executive mayor. So what's going to be the agenda then? A motion of no confidence to try and oust her?
Look, it's not threats, it's reality that there's a motion of no confidence that is coming. We will be announcing the next council meeting, and we are looking for a mayor that is going to be like I've said it before, independent thinker, mayor that's going to consult councillors, not some structure called task team or technical committee in making decisions of the city. A mayor is going to work with each and every councillor, irrespective of how big your party is. You know, they talk about one-seat parties as a 0.003% because they got 22% of the vote. That 0.003%, it represents 5,000 people somewhere. In Orange Farm, in Jovicho, in Alex, etc. Those are the people that today are protesting in Ekurhuleni. Those are the people that today don't have jobs, they don't have water, they don't have bread in Ekurhuleni, even in Eldos. Those are the people that are killing each other. Those are the people that are coming to break into your houses, break into your cars to find something for themselves to eat. So if you are so arrogant, ignore that constituency and think your 22% means something and you focus on that 22%, you have failed. And I keep repeating
but
this.
At the same
the
time,
DA is not ready to govern.
And I'm sorry to interject.
Govern in a coalition.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to interject, Colleen. How powerful will you be in your position, looking at the fact that COPE has dirty laundry that has aired in front of all South Africans? How powerful will you be in this particular position?
There is no party that I can think of that has existed for years without having issues and laundry. I've said it before. The DA comes from the National Party, which had its own issues over many, many years, 40, 50 years. It's just that it was not in the public eye. They've had breakaways, they've had paging, they've had conflicts. ANC, even in their start, the past 100 years, they've had their dips and falls. It's part of a growth and of a party. You have your ups, you have your dips. We are having our dip now, and it's unfortunately in the public eye.
So how
I'm very
powerful
confident
will you be?
that I'm going to I will be as powerful as I'm needed to be in council. My power is not derived from a party. My power is derived from the councillors that I serve, and the support and the way I treat them, respect them, and the residents that have voted me in. The party will always sort itself out. But the councillor who is elected and duly elected and through the IEC processes is as powerful as any councillor that comes from any party. That does not give or take away from. And once you want to derive your power from a party, if you are a councillor in council, that's where the issue is. In council, we are all councillors, irrespective of what T-shirt you wear. We enjoy the same power, equitably so, according to what we have been voted in and the numbers that speak.
But are you not concerned that you might be, you might be in a position where you're being used as a pawn by the opposition to try and oust the DA at the end of the day?
We were used as pawns by the DA. We were used for 10 months.
So you're okay with being
That's
used as a pawn
so
by another party?
Everybody's using. No, we are used as pawns because it's all about numbers. So I want you to de-ANC this and de-opposition this.
Yeah.
I'm saying to you, as a councillor, it's a game of numbers. We were used to vote the DA in all the decisions and everything and the mayor for the past 10 months. What did they do with our votes? Nothing. They disrespected us. They called us 0.03. They didn't need our votes. Now, if there's a party that has the interest of the residents of the city of Joburg in heart, we'll be happy to lend our votes there as much as they have used. I have used them to be speaker. I have also used all these other parties that have voted for me to be a speaker. So we all collaborate and work together.
It's a numbers game, definitely. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Colleen Makhubele, the new Speaker of the City of Johannesburg. She's the Speaker of Council after being elected yesterday. Let's